I understand what the upzone mean. Like for example, here's a 5-unit townhouse site sitting on 6,000 square foot lot. I got 5 townhouses with all separate tax ID numbers. That's called opportunity zone. So I understand the zoning very well. Then you gotta know your area to understand the zoning. So if this property here, each one of these are worth 800,000. I got 5 of those. That's $4 million worth of real estate. 7 years from now, that 4 is gonna turn to 8. That 8 is gonna turn to 16. That 16 is gonna turn to 32. You can only imagine in a few years down the road, my net worth will be over $1 billion for owning real estate in the right area.
Yeah, well, that's a really American heavy sales spiel, go get them, ramming it down your throat. I don't see that's relevant to Australia. In the first place, America is not Australia. It's a population of 350 million. There's so many different cities scattered all across that nation. We don't have that in Australia. We've basically got 5 major cities and they all move in roughly the same dynamic way. So it's true that property has been appreciating in Australia, sort of doubling in value every 7 to 10 years. And that's true right across the country. It just happens in different cycles. In Sydney, it tends to lead the way. So you'll have the cycle unfolding in Sydney and then 4 years later, that will kick in Victoria. And 4 years later, that will kick in Queensland. Another 4 years, you'll see the same thing happening in South Australia and so on. So it's a question in Australia of understanding the cycles. So if you follow his guide and you just invest locally, then you could be in the wrong part of the cycle. So if you're in the tail end of a cycle, you're going to be much better off diversifying your portfolio into other areas that are experiencing the beginning of their particular cycle. It's about understanding that. And of course, the tax rules in America are different. He was saying this is going to be no capital gains tax. That doesn't apply in Australia in the same way. It's a totally different tax environment. So I didn't find that video to be very relevant at all to what's happening in Australia. And additionally, when he was going on and talking about 8 to 16 to 32 million, that's ignoring the fact that you've got to have wage growth keeping track to some degree with value. Otherwise, your yields are going to shrink and shrink and shrink.